Hello guys, welcome to the Dad's Talk on the Dutch couch. We're here talking today, it's a Grassroots video. It's going to be about the EJA, the Eastern Junior Alliance, the home counties. Good level of football we've heard. But I'm doing another video with someone next week or two who's in the EJA. This is going to be a video from the opinions and the perception of people that I've spoken to, messages I've received from the outside, who aren't particularly involved in it, but people who have been involved in it. Now, it starts at under 13, I believe, but from what I'm hearing it's a money maker. The coach is stockpiling players who struggle at that level are playing in it that shouldn't be. I'm getting opinions, there's 3 good teams in the league, 3 average teams, and the rest shouldn't be there. But I want to go through a few things here. So, literally, let's have a look at. I've got a few points that I want to speak about with it. I mean, from the league, from what I can see, they say it's competitive football. But I've looked at some of these leagues, right? And some of it's not competitive football. And this is costing a lot of money to these parents, right, to play. And I've looked at, say my boy upstairs, he plays at under 14s, right? There's a team who's played in an under 14s league. They've played 3 games and they're on a minus 40 goal difference. Yeah. There's also another under 14s team. They're on minus 47.
Yeah, but is that the teams that are getting really beat heavily? Is that them entering themselves into it wrongly?
Obviously.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like rather than them putting the leagues wrong, it's people entering a team wrongly.
But if you're entering this, surely you even know you're not strong enough.
But they might have even entered it, and then as soon as they've entered it, they may have lost a load of players. You don't.
Maybe. You've
like
got under
sometimes
15s.
there's more to a story.
Yeah, I get that. You've got under 15s, 3 games, minus 36 goal difference. So you're literally losing 12-0 every week, right?
Yeah.
And minus 29 goal difference. But there's obviously teams at the other end of the table. It works itself out. They're on plus 40, whatever.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Which for me, from that respect, it's not competitive football, is it?
No.
And at that age group, I mean, at a younger age group, under 7s, under 8s in the other leagues, weeks into the season, they
change it about, yeah.
I don't think they can do it at these older groups.
No, I don't think the season starts, then it's
so really, you've got a group of boys there. Say the parents are paying, I don't know, 500 quid or £1,000 signing on for
it. Is it the same as JPL then? Because I know JPL's got.
To be honest, I don't know much about JPL.
Yeah.
This is EJA because I've heard about the EJA because people have asked me to put the team that I used to coach in it before and mentioned it, and I was always against it just because of this stuff that I heard, right? But say a parent is paying 500 quid or £1,000 whatever, because I'm being told it's between £500 and £1,500 each player, right? Might be wrong, correct us. That's only what I've been told. You're going to play for a team that's got a minus 200 goal difference by the end of the season plus.
Yeah.
What are you learning from that?
Nothing.
And what are you learning on the other end of the scale? I think it's even worse if you're playing for a team that's winning 21-0 every week.
Yeah, like,
you're probably learning even less.
I wonder what sort of like the best team, like say the Echo, Prem, I wonder what the best team in that against the best EJA team of the same age group, I wonder what the difference would be.
Well, this is another point I was going to get to. These other leagues, such as the Echo, right? The Premier, from what I've seen, the Premier teams in there, they will take themselves into the EJA, right? They'll go into the EJA under other clubs' names or whatever. Yeah. I know a few. And then I know that the level of the top leagues in these divisions, top divisions in these leagues, are then diluted massively.
Yeah.
Because I know for a fact, I'm not going to mention leagues or anything like age groups, but there's Premier divisions now with B and C division teams in them.
Yeah.
I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
So those divisions are being diluted massively.
It's affecting the whole.
And that's the feedback that I'm getting from people as well, parents, coaches. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So on the other end, I get that parents want to take your kids into what you see as a high level of football. But don't take them into a high level of football if you're going to play for a team that's losing 15 every week.
No, I mean, like, so for me, like, I've not been coaching for very long, and obviously our boys are like under 9.
Yeah.
But I've always thought that if we can get to a level by sort of under 13s, then EJA is the sort of like, for me the target. If we was at the level, obviously, if we're not, I'm not going to do anyway. But for me, that's just sort of like a progression step.
But I think you've got to know that level, haven't you?
Yeah,
if you get to the stage where you know you're not at that level. If you go to these, if you're putting your team in a league and they're at minus 47 goal difference after 3 games, surely you know you weren't at that level.
Yeah, it's not enjoyable either, is it?
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And really, them kids are going to end up falling out of love with football, aren't they?
Exactly. And their parents could be out of pocket.
Yeah.
They're giving up their time.
Yeah.
Weekends to take these kids training, whatever. And another thing I know for a fact here as well from experience, I know players who play in the EJA now, they were struggling in B and C division.
Yeah.
They were struggling to cope there.
So why?
In Echo division.
Yeah.
So why have they then? Do you know what I mean?
Maybe hoping to meet the other teams that are getting smashed 12-0.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
Like my boys' team used to play against teams. They're now in the EGA. They must have a lot of different players.
Yeah.
Must do.
I think a lot of them recruit for that purpose as well.
But I'm also hearing like coaches are stockpiling players, right? Taking 25 players on or whatever. It's 11 aside.
Yeah.
These are 2
teams worth.
These are 13-year-old kids, right? Some of these. How much game time are you going to get when you've got 25 squad players?
Yeah, not a lot.
Bear in mind, people are paying, if they are paying, up to 1,500 quid.
Yeah, I mean, I think really we need people's sort of like people
this is why we're
deal
doing
with
it, right?
it, how much.
This is why we're doing it, and this is why I wanted to do this video to get an outsider's perspective before I do it with the guy who's in it, right? Because I wanted to get other people's opinions on it as well. Because I wanted to know when he came and done the video next time, I want to have opinions from people who are in the EGA to sort of back up that I know he's going to be positive about it.
Yeah.
But he took his team from the Echo into EGA, and I think his team must be a totally different team now. But I think they won every single game in Premier Division. So really, I don't think he had any choice but to take them somewhere else because they weren't going to progress there anymore, were they?
Yeah, because it's hard though as well. Like where I see stuff on Facebook, it's like when you see EJA, it's like it's the best thing one kid ever did, blah blah blah. The next person saying, "Oh, what a waste of time! It's a money making thing." Like you don't really. Yeah, no. There's nothing to say. I mean, I know it goes down to personal experience, but really, you want to know sort of like more experiences. Do you know what I mean?
But we had a boy, my boy's team, his old team. We had a player leave summer before last, I think it was. He went to another team. He's now playing in the EGA. He struggled massively in my boys' team in the Echo, and they wasn't even top division at the time. But he was a level below then. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And don't tell me development-wise, if you've got 25, 30 players, without game time, he's going to develop enough to.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm thinking as a coach now.
Yeah.
Do you know? I just
Maybe he needed to drop a level to get more game time around his level.
But I think from what I've been told, it was people have bumped into his dad. Oh, my son plays EJ, must.
Yeah.
Is that the reason?
Oh, I don't know.
You're not going to pay £1,000
I
just
think
to
there
say
is.
that, are you?
Yeah. I don't know. I think people will pay £1,000 because they think that it's going to give them a better chance to make it.
Yeah. I know there's good pathways to first teams.
Yeah, there is.
So I'm not going to mention club names on here.
No.
But there is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think parents, in terms of spending money, they will spend the money if they think it's going to give them that extra chance to make it. Yeah. Although we know that it's like 0.1% of players in academies go on to make it. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But I think from a parent's perspective, they'll just throw any money at it if they think it's going to help them.
But we're looking. Why we do these videos, right, is to get educated, isn't it? Yeah. I want to learn about this. I don't know nothing about this much. I've read up on Google, whatever, and spoke to people who have messaged me privately. But I want to learn about this because I've heard so much about it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Are they gullible parents? First of all, I don't think they're gullible parents.
No,
they're parents who are trying to better their kid, their chances, right?
Some are sold a dream.
Some are sold a dream, but some are only interested in. I've heard it myself. Told you before. That's my That's my pension fund over there. Yeah. I've heard that sort of shit. Yeah. I've heard that. So is there a bit of that to it?
There is probably a bit of that, but like I say, everyone's different. So there's probably them people that are like, he needs to make it as pro. I'll have a better life. Blah blah blah. But then there's others that genuinely want to give their kid like. For some kids, it's an absolute dream to be a footballer. They wake up, they're playing football, they're kicking fruit around, anything that's round, they're kicking it.
Yeah, definitely.
So for them ones, like you invest in that. Do you know what I mean? Because it's their passion. Yeah. Some kids,
you will back your kid. You want your kid to.
Some kids are good at football, but they're not really that interested. But their parents are pushing it and pushing it.
You see that at Grassroots. Yeah. You see that in normal leagues, don't you? But that's what I say. gullible parents, that's a part of it, I've been told. I've been told clubs are exploiting parents by selling them a dream, like we just said. Selling them a dream that you're going to be this, going to be that. But I know grassroots clubs like that, TJ. There's grassroots club around here, mate. I know for a fact that they do this, and I know for a fact that parents are ended up paying £250, £300 a month, right?
Well, no, I've heard even more than that, because one of them I heard, and not like you, I won't mention no clubs, but I heard one that went to a club, then told he wasn't at the required standard, so he's having to pay for one-to-one coaching, which coincidentally the club did. Coincidentally. But
this is, I'm hearing about this same club doing this a lot. And it's they know, don't they? They're not stupid. They get the ka-chings going, and they know what the score is.
And that's not even EJA, that's grassroots. So that's just exploiting the parents.
Yeah, big time. But people are gullible to it. Not gullible. They want their kid, bit of both. They want their kid to succeed. And the kid wants to go there because he's thinking, I've been told I'm going to play against Chelsea Academy. Reality, you're not. Not like you think. You might be playing against Chelsea Foundation teams. It's not Chelsea Academy. Trust me. So the money making thing. It is a money maker. I don't think. I don't know how you. If it's true, I'm not going to say it's true again, but only what I've been told. £1,500 a season. You get. I know you do get, on the plus side, I know that you do get better facilities, better pitches.
There is definitely positives.
After you finish the game, I know you get food put on. But I used to get that put on when I used to play football, and it was just grassroots football.
But that isn't, I think, for, and correct us if we're wrong, but I'm sure that is a necessity. You have to have hot food on.
These places you do have to
have
training.
Grassroots is probably like sometimes there's hot food on.
Because obviously some places you turn up, there's no change room, no toilets, is there?
No.
So
just peeing
with this, I believe that's a must.
Which
is, that's a positive, But like I said about these leagues, right? It sounds a bit like the Scottish League, right? There's 2 or 3 good teams battering everyone. Battering the lower teams. There's 2 or 3 in the middle who are sort of like whatever happens each week, and the other ones at the bottom, they're guaranteed spankings.
The whipping boys.
So like we were saying, is it competitive? In that respect, from the league tables I've seen, there's only a couple of divisions I think I've seen in all of the age groups that like are pretty tight. It don't look evened out. Maybe they should sort that out by Christmas, but I don't know if they can do that in that respect.
Probably not that age group because it's competitive football, isn't it? So I think with the non-competitive of our age groups, they can change the leagues around because it doesn't affect the league.
But I've been told there's a lot of travel with it. I know there is because I've looked at the difference in some of the places. Is they travel for miles, mate.
Which again, like, I don't think that's the end of the world if it's competitive. Do you know what I mean? Like, so for the experience of the children playing,
and if they are playing at better facilities, if they're playing at like clubs who've got stadiums,
it's
kids love that, don't they? That's brilliant, isn't it?
But it's no good going to a stadium and getting spanked like 18-0. Do you know what I mean? The experience of that isn't very good. So.
Someone messaged me who said he played in the first ever season of the EJA, and he said how lucky I felt to play then because it's totally different to what it is now. He said then it was super strong. But they said, I think he said that now, that like we said about the league, they've diluted it so much with teams who shouldn't be there, who have just aligned themselves.
Who's diluting it? Is it the league itself, or is it? Like, should there be to get in the EJA? Should there be sort of like requirements of a standard?
I think what he said in his message was the Essex FA have lowered their standards. Have lowered their standards of the teams that they're letting in. But in their defence, do they expect them to go and watch these teams when, say they come from a grassroots club, right? Say they come from an Echo team. They can't go on what that Echo team was like last season because in that summer, they might take 10 new players on. So by the time they're going under a different name, with a different squad, you can't really assess how good this team are. That's probably the reason why a lot of these leagues are like lopsided. Do you know what I mean?
But then, so is it down to the coaches then?
I think.
Or the clubs?
Well, you're talking about coaches, right? We'll go on to coaches actually. But I think the coaches have to sort of step in, don't they? If your team's winning 20-0 every week, or your team's losing 20-0 every week, don't you then have to approach these leagues and like this league and say, can we do something about this?
We're
paying all this money, my kids ain't getting nothing out of it.
Yeah.
But I'm going into the egotistical side, which I've been told about, right? I've been told it's full of egotistical coaches for some reason. I don't know if they think that they're coaching in Syria or whatever, in their little minds. I don't know. There must be some great coaches there. But I mean, does that go down to the egotistical side of it? If we're winning 20-0, I'm not saying nothing. I'm going to see my boys bashed. And in the WhatsApp groups, you know, I'm going to get the parents telling me I'm brilliant. Does some at this level enjoy winning 20-0?
I don't know. I mean, I won't even say score lines because obviously we're non-competitive. I remember playing a really, really nice team, and I think we won quite heavily. It wasn't the score lines that you're saying, but we won quite heavily, and I felt bad because they were such a nice team, lovely set of kids, and I felt bad for them. Do you know what I mean? So winning 20-0 and that, I mean, the team that's getting beat 20-0, what are their sort of players feeling? Do you know what I mean?
These are teenagers now, right? So they're all monal. They're
going through
attitude problems, aren't they?
Yeah.
So if they're getting beat 12-15-0,
probably destroying their confidence.
But when I was younger, if I was losing, I was lucky. I didn't really play in teams that got bashed, right? We was probably the opposite. If I was playing in a team that lost 12-15-0, I'd want to kick every kid off the park. And that sounds really... But I'd probably be so angry that I'd want to smash everyone up in the air. Are these kids that disciplined that this don't happen, or... Do you know what I mean?
Maybe.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, you don't really know, do you? That could be happening. We don't actually know, do we?
No.
You just see a score line, you don't know how the game's gone, you don't know how the team's behave.
I suppose not.
You don't know whether that coach that's winning 20-0 has been egotistical or has he. Do you know what I mean? We don't actually know what it's like.
But this is why I wanted to do a video before I met, to do a video about it next time, about all the good stuff, because I didn't want to get all the positives, but then just throw shit in.
Yeah, I mean, like I say,
I think it's a good way to do it.
My view is I've always thought when I started coaching, I thought if we can get to that level, then I would like, that's sort of like my aim. As such. So it's never been negative on my side of things. Obviously, I wanted the highest standard possible. I didn't think I want to get to that level so we can go in and beat someone 20-0.
No,
I just wanted. I want our boys to play as competitively as possible and compete.
But these people some of these people I've got opinions of are people that I know personally, right, who are paying this money to take their kids there. And most of them are all saying to me, it's a joke. For these reasons. They're saying it's a bit of a joke.
Are they saying it's a joke in terms of the money they pay or the travel? Or
they're saying it's a joke. But a couple of them said it's a joke in the regards that a coach took my boy on the pretense that he was going to get loads of game time. There was about 15 kids there. Signed him up, took our money. 2 weeks later, there's another 10 kids rocked up. There's no game time now, is there? And you can't say, I'll tell you what, I want my money back, because you've signed the deal. You've put the name down, didn't you? So you can't say I want my dosh back. You can't do that. So is it in that respect? I think it must be in a way, because these coaches, they know they're not going to play 25 players. They know that, don't they? You can't physically...
So how do they change that? Do you know what I mean?
Personally, I think they should probably limit the amount of players you can... They probably do. But what's the limit? I'd like to know that.
Well, it's got to be over 25 then.
Because they're telling me they've got massive squads and they're all doing showcase games as well. But I'd like to know, you guys will know more, I'd like to know the limit of players you can sign.
But then you've also got, as well, if you're playing in that sort of like competitive environment, if it is competitive, you've always got the worries of injuries, particularly at that age where they're growing and all that sort of stuff. Like what I'm saying is if it's 11 aside, you go, right, let's go into the season with 14 players. Come to the winner, you've got 4 with a cold. Do you know what I mean?
Well, we had that last week. My boy plays under 14s, and I think they've got 16 or 17. They had the bare 11 last week.
And that's what I'm saying. So you're now talking about...
but that's 16, not 25.
I know. But it sounds... When you talk of 11 aside, it sounds worse. Do you know what I mean?
But on the other side, you can only take so many kids in a squad, can't you, for a match day? You can't have 25
See, I've never agreed with that though, like taking, like even at our age groups. I've seen on Facebook groups and stuff when they're like, oh yeah, we've taken on too many kids, so what we'll do on a match day, we'll take 8 out of the 12.
Yeah.
And I think, so you're leaving 4 kids at home on a Sunday.
On.
Yeah.
You
just don't take them on.
Yeah.
And if it's five-a-side, make 2 teams.
Yeah.
Like, genuinely.
Yeah. And if you've got too many players and you don't want to make 2 teams, find them another club.
Yeah.
Do something like you've done that. Find them another club. Don't just say, sorry mate, like your son's not going to be, or your daughter's not going to be. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? 100%. Give them a bit of access to some football somewhere.
I think if you're signing for a club, and you go every Sunday, do you know what I mean? Yeah. And the ones that leave players at home on a Sunday, I think if they didn't go to training, that'd be your excuse. Yeah. Well, you haven't come to training.
No, that's right.
So you want them to go training, then you're not going to take them on a Sunday. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So
my daughter, her boyfriend played EJA, right? Actually for the club, same club that the guy I'm going to do the video with, right?
Right.
Do you know what? He played Echo League, Premier Division and that. Good player, I've seen him play, good player. You know him.
I've played him.
You know him, yeah. And bear in mind, we're grown men, right? He's a strong boy, isn't he?
Yeah, he's tall as well.
Good player. I remember when my daughter first started going out with him, he used to ask me, because I'm coach, what's your opinion on this and stuff? And he'd say, I'm going to the match on a Sunday now, because EJA. He said, I'm going to the match and I'm not getting on. I'm in the squad, but I'm not even getting on the pitch.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking at 15, 16, even that I thought was a piss take.
Yeah.
Because his old man's paying 500 quid.
Yeah.
His old man's getting up at 8 o'clock in the morning to take him. I think he's training 2 nights in a week, so he's travelling.
Yeah.
Give the kids some minutes.
Yeah, so again, I mean, I think this might even be a whole nother video, but this whole, it's equal game time to under 12s. I can't get it out of my head that these kids are still putting effort in.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
regardless
so
of who the strongest players are, I will keep doing it.
Yeah.
Because for me, I've got these boys now at 8 years old.
Yeah.
As we progress, there's obviously going to be players that become better and some that don't improve as much. I'll still be playing them equal because they deserve it.
Yeah.
You want to play football, you deserve to play football.
Well, I sent you a message the other day, right? And I don't ever mention this guy.
Oh, hardly ever.
He's my hero, right? His name, that's his name. Johan Cruyff, right? And I sent you a message about him when he said about he never takes a player off who's playing badly.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't crush him while he's down. Let him sort it out.
Get it out of his system.
Do you know what I mean? Stuff like that. These kids ain't even getting on.
No. And what is that doing for their confidence as well? So when you're talking about the reasons I want to get my boys to EJA for that standard, what would it do to players that don't even get on? What's that doing for their confidence? Do you know what I mean? And can you imagine travelling 60 miles and then coming home like...
I wouldn't be able to look the parents in the face, would you?
No.
I'd be embarrassed, would you?
Yeah.
But it's obviously happening, isn't it? If you've got looking 25, 30 players.
Yeah. It's a shame as well. It is a shame.
And on the other hand, if you put it on this side, you've got a squad of 25, right? You're going to a game and losing 20-0 as well. So you've got all the parents pissed off at 20-0. And then you've got
a couple of parents that ain't even going, and a couple of parents their kids ain't even getting on.
You've got the parents who ain't, like, their kids ain't come on, and they're thinking, you ain't even brought them on when you're losing 20-0, or you're winning 20-0.
And the reality is, the ones that are sitting on the bench might have even made a bit of a difference.
Exactly, but they're not getting a chance because is it egotistical again?
I think as well, some coaches, from reading between the lines, some coaches have their favourites, don't they? Yeah. It's not EJA, that's football as a whole. That they'll have their favourites. Yeah. And it's a shame. It is a shame because some kids just need to go on the pitch and just express themselves.
But on the other hand, right, look at it from this perspective. My boy plays under 14s, right? He's joined a new team. He's joined a team in a lower division, right? But I tell you what, fucking they got some good players.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I was really impressed. I weren't expecting much when I went there. The coach is great, and they got some really good players, right? And I look at some of them and I think, you could play Prem easily.
Yeah.
Compared to what I've seen.
Yeah.
Some of them would walk in to where I used to coach, right? 3 or 4 of them would walk in that team. No lies, right? But 3 or 4 of them team players from that Prem team, they wouldn't even cut it there.
Yeah.
Which surprises people when I say that. And it's not because I'm bitter, just things I've seen on the pitch.
Yeah.
And I think some of these kids are really clever. But it's levels again, isn't it?
Yeah.
Say if you're, I don't know, go to the parent side of you. If you think your kid, you know your kid's level, don't you?
Yeah.
Right, and you know where your kid's at.
Yeah, but then some people, like, you know your kid's level, I know my kid's level, most people know their kid's level. Some people are genuinely blinded by it.
Yeah.
and think they're better than what they are. But going back to what you were saying about sitting on a bench and not going to games and all that sort of stuff and how much money they've paid, realistically, it's only got to be for a season.
Yeah, then they can say, right,
we're off.
Yeah.
I urge people as well to, if your child isn't getting minutes or anything like that, take them out.
Yeah.
Find them a club.
Definitely.
That might be lower level, but it might be their level.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what? I'm going to talk from personal experience now, right? From the last few weeks with my own son, right? He's come from a team in top league, right? You know that.
And he was doing well in there. Let's not pretend
he was always playing. He weren't never sub, right? But this is just an honest opinion of how I see it. And I hope it strikes a chord with some parents, actually. We're going off the EJA just for a second here, right? So I want to strike a chord with some people. You can know your kid's level, but you can tell by your kid's body language and their hunger for the game if they're enjoying somewhere, right? Yeah. My boy was playing well with his team, but 2 summers ago, I think it was 2 summers ago, I sort of thought, I think he needs to move on. He's been there too long. He looks like he don't give a shit now. He's not interested. He's lost interest. He didn't want to go training every week. He'd say, I'm not getting up. Don't want to go. I'm not going.
Yeah.
And I thought, I'm not going to lie for him anymore. And I texted the coach and said, look, he's down with his football. He's not enjoying it. I was honest about it.
Yeah.
And he come to the summer and I said to him, what do you want to do? Because ultimately it's up to you. You play where you want to play. If you don't want to play, I'm not forcing you. And he said, don't want to play for him no more. So I thought, all right. But I've seen a different side to him, right? Because he had a chance to sign for 4 teams, right? 2 up there, 1 a little bit down, and 1 in the lower division, right? And I'm thinking, and this is as a coach now, I'm thinking, and as a parent, I don't want him playing lower division. It's going to be stupid.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, the only reason I took him there really is because I knew the people who own the club.
Yeah.
And I thought, it's going to be a good environment, I know that. And I just want him to smile. And I'll tell you what I've seen in my 14-year-old kid, a different kid.
Yeah.
Not because he's running rings around people, because he plays on the right wing still. He plays a different game.
Yeah.
The way he plays here is different.
Yeah.
And he said to me, Dad, he said, in this team, I need to be a game changer, right? I sort of spoke to him about it last week. I said, if it's a tight game, you know now you're going to make the difference probably.
Yeah.
You've got a little bit more technical, you can see it. Other parents notice it, right? And he said to me, Dad, I love that. I love that I feel trusted.
He wants that responsibility.
Yeah, he said, I love that I feel trusted and they think that I can make a difference.
Yeah.
And the coach likes me and I feel really wanted.
Which goes back to confidence.
Yeah, and it's just, he feels love.
Yeah.
And he was brilliant last week. And this morning he got up and he's like, oh. I said, oh, you're not fancying it? He went, I can't wait to get to training.
Yeah.
So sometimes
he's got his love for it back, hasn't he?
Yeah. So sometimes I don't think, we're just going off the EJ, but I don't think sometimes it matters what level you play them at.
Yeah, but it ties into EJA because maybe that sort of competitiveness maybe isn't what he was enjoying. He wants some kids want to go and play their football.
I don't think it really sounds weird, right? But I do think he found it a bit pressurised.
It is pressurised though.
Even if it wasn't EJA, but I think he was finding it a bit pressurised.
Yeah.
But I did think he thought he felt like he was in the shadow of a couple.
Yeah.
And I think that took effect on him.
Yeah.
When you'd hear the same ones going, oh, this one and that one every week.
Yeah.
I think that affects a kid. It affected him, I could tell.
Yeah.
I could tell
it affects him more in different ways, doesn't it?
And it wasn't the kid's fault or the parents' fault or nothing like that.
No.
But I just felt for my own kid's enjoyment, I had to take him, just go and enjoy somewhere.
Yeah.
And he loves it there.
Yeah.
And
it's good.
Great set of kids. But yeah, ruffling on about that. But yeah, with the EJA, as I say, doing a video with someone next week or the week after, I'm looking forward to getting an opinion on this from the inside.
Yeah.
Because I'm only going from what I've looked at, what I've been told. You can only do that, can't you?
Yeah, that's
from what you know,
and
form an opinion. But I'm not slamming it. This ain't an EJ slamming video. This is literally the first side of it from an outsider. We're going to get the inside, then we'll come to I want loads of opinions, really.
Yeah.
If I post this on Facebook groups, I want to get opinions.
The more opinions, the better, really.
Don't slag us off and say you've slaughtered it, because that's not what we're doing.
Yeah.
We're just talking we're coaches and parents, right?
Yeah, even for me, if I'm sort of like aiming for EJA, people's opinions are going to reel me.
Yeah, so you know
what I'm aiming for. Yeah. Like just personal opinions of it. Do you know what I mean? And experience. If you've never being in that situation or being anywhere near EJA is sort of irrelevant. Do you know what I mean?
I'm also hearing, just one last point, I'm also hearing from people about like chairmen of clubs in the EJA. They really want to get their clubs in there because it makes me look good. And as a chairman, you want teams in the EJA.
Yeah.
Is that such a big pull for a chairman? We don't know, so we're not going to debate it.
No, you don't know. But I mean, I suppose there's two sides to everything, isn't there? Really, I suppose if your club's renowned for having good teams, obviously you want your teams in the best leagues. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
So there is that side of it, but then there probably is teams that maybe are not renowned for having good teams. That are really pushing for them to be in there, and they're probably the ones getting.
It's strange because I know there's teams in EJA who are strong. There's one certain club I know there's got some really strong teams in EJA, right? But they've got teams in other leagues. I'm not going to name leagues because you'll not lose teams who get banged 18-0 every week. Yeah. So obviously there's a massive range of abilities there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So obviously it's fair enough. The top players are going to go there, aren't they?
Yeah. Because
if you put that team who are getting banged in different leagues, lower divisions, and they're going to go to EJA, it's going to be trouble for you. Yeah. So do you know what I mean? Yeah. So fair play to them clubs who have got teams of like ranges of opinions.
Yeah,
I think that's good.
Yeah,
because it gives everyone a chance to play.
Everyone deserves to play football as well. So.
1,000,000%. But no, as I say, we're not going to rattle on anymore. Be really interested in get people's opinions on this. Also, just a quick mention: we've set up an Essex Grassroots coaches, not an Essex, it was Grassroots coaches support hub, and it's not us saying what we tell you to do.
Yeah, I'm not experienced enough.
It's
for
literally
it's to help each other.
It's a group of coaches. Anyone can join it who's in Grassroots, but all helping each other. Yeah. If I post something now, I want someone to give me some answers to some problems.
That's the idea of it. Is that rather than a lot of these toxic groups where everyone's slamming each other, if you've got any questions, go on there, because if one person can't answer it, chances are someone else can. So if it's just a pool of coaches,
it's only coaches.
And only coaches, be no parents.
So you can't get, because obviously we see on these Facebook groups and that, a coach will go on there and ask for advice, then a parent will jump on. But it'll be like shitty comments. And I think he was asking a coach's point of view. There's a guy the other day, I just started out or whatever. He wants someone to give him a bit of like advice. He might not have I was lucky, I had people around me, people I coached with at the time, and that they was there mentoring me. Do you know what I mean? Some people ain't that lucky. But I'll put a link to that group in the description. Anyone who coaches grassroots levels, welcome to join it. And it's all decent people on there. No idiots with these silly arsey comments.
No, just everyone helping each other out, really.
But as I say, we're done for now, but we want your opinions, really. I'm going to post this on a few Facebook groups as well. But you're going to get a few narky,
obviously, people
who just want to be idiots, don't they? Crack on. I'm not interested. I just want people's genuine information. Because we ain't gone here and slagged it off, have we?
No.
I'm not here to slag it off. I'm here to get educated. So I want to learn. But look forward to hearing your comments. On to the next one. Take care.